Hey everyone, it's attorney Bianca Jordan from brazenlegal.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Welcome to part 5 of my Immigration Nation Explained series. Today's video is going to be about protecting your children's interests in the event that you are detained by ICE or you're deported from the United States. So there are a lot of mixed status families living in the United States, and mixed status just means that everybody in your household might have a different immigration status. So it might be that there are some children that were born in the United States, whereas some children in the family were brought over to the United States by their parents when they were younger, and maybe they have DACA. And then you might also have situations where you have parents who are undocumented, so they don't have any valid immigration status. Those parents are most at risk for being picked up by ICE or being placed into removal proceedings. And oftentimes that could happen and there are no provisions made for the children. I remember around the time that I first started law school, there was a factory in the town next door, and there was a raid at that factory, and almost everybody that worked there was an undocumented immigrant. And a lot of those children ended up in foster care because a lot of the other family members that maybe could have stepped in to care for those children were also undocumented as well. And with the immigration system, if you are in removal proceedings, you can't exactly go to immigration court and say, hey, I have children, don't deport me. Even if those children are US citizens, you can't really go to court and say, hey, yes, I'm undocumented, but my children are US citizens, please don't deport me. That's not exactly how it works. And the immigration court, unlike a family court, does not really need to consider the best interests of that child. So there are situations, albeit rare, where a US citizen child might stay here while their immigrant parent is deported. Sometimes also the deported parent might choose to bring the US citizen child back to their home country. So it really just depends. It's a case by case basis. And then there are situations where, that child might end up in foster care. So one thing that you can do if you are an undocumented person, if you're an undocumented parent and you're either in removal proceedings right now, or you fear that you might be in the future, or you fear that you might be picked up by ICE in the future, you can start to plan now for what you want to have happen in the event that that happens. What do you want to have happen with your children? Who do you want to put in charge of caring for your children in the event that that happens? You can, elect somebody to be their guardian so that if that happens, that they can go to court and file petitions for guardianship of your children. You can also put into effect a power of attorney where you are electing a person to be able to make certain decisions for your children. And you can make sure that your children's school and daycare and, doctor's office, babysitters, make sure that they have this documentation in the event that you get picked up by ICE and you're not able to pick up your child from school. A couple years ago, I remember hearing a story where ICE was beginning to target schools in the morning because they figured that parents were going to be dropping their children off. So on the off chance that some of those parents were undocumented, they were starting to target those and pick them up. So there were situations where an undocumented parent might have been there to drop the kid off in the morning, but then they get picked up by ICE and they're not there to pick the child up in the afternoon. So you want to make sure that you have those documents in place and that your child's school has those documents in place so that they know that if you, the parent, cannot go pick up your child because you've been picked up by ICE, that somebody else can step in your place to do so. I hope you found this video helpful. Please visit brazenlegal.com to learn more about me and my law firm. And please don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe so that you don't miss the next video in this series. Thanks for watching.